Great. Okay, wonderful. We're going to begin our meeting with presentations from Waldo and Dietrich schools tonight. Our first school to present is Waldo Middle School. The administrative team is here. They'll be presenting on their continuous school improvement plan. Welcome Principal Eileen Roberts, Assistant Principal Sheila Armstrong and Walter Ornelas, and Dean Tamika Gardner.
I have long legs, I guess I sprinted up here. Sorry. Good evening, Board of Education, Superintendent Norrell, guests, and of course our Waldo staff. Thank you for having us tonight. I'm Eileen Roberts, proud principal of Waldo Middle School. This is Assistant Principal Sheila Armstrong, Assistant Principal Walter Ornelas, and Dean of Students Tamika Gardner.
Waldo is a unique and wonderful place to learn. As you can see from our 23-24 summary highlights, Waldo is raising the bar. We were able to move from a comprehensive ISB designation in 22-23 to targeted in 23-24. Waldo is raising the bar by working on systems that are data-driven, that support student learning and achievement. We had 58% of our English language learners demonstrate growth as measured by access. This was a 16% increase from the previous year. We had 50% of our students meet or exceed their growth target in reading as measured by NWEA MAP, and this was a 6% increase from the previous year. 64% of our students met or exceeded their growth target in math as measured by NWEA MAP, and that was a 13% increase from the previous year. Our attendance landed around 90% last year, but currently we are trending upward at 92.44%. As Waldo continues to raise the bar, we recognize that we still have room to grow and help our students to achieve. We will share what we are doing to make those improvements throughout our Waldo story.
Upon reviewing the current CFA data, it is evident that our 6th and 8th graders are performing admirably. Additionally, there is a clear correlation between the CFA data of our 7th graders and their anticipated growth in NWEA math assessments. In terms of the reading performance, the data indicates that a greater number of students are meeting or exceeding expectations in IR reading compared to those in IR mathematics. One of the initiatives we are implementing to enhance student improvement and achievement involves collaboration with all staff members. This year, we requested that each staff member select a student to receive focused instruction and support aimed at helping them achieve their goals. For our first goal, educational equity. At present, the entire Waldo staff is actively engaged in enhancing the overall climate and culture of our school. In collaboration with our MTSS coordinators, we are implementing the second step curriculum and working outside our clinicians, which has enabled us to visit classrooms, and integrate numerous SEL supports into Tier 1. As part of our administrative effort, we have conducted targeted visits with our newcomers and bilingual educators. This academic year, we have been very fortunate to establish our mentoring program while fostering robust student leadership to assist in redirecting some of our students who are facing challenges.
So in terms of attendance, this year we're trying a different approach. So we're trying to use a growth mindset. So it's not about when you achieve achieving the goal is when you achieve the goal, sorry. So we are celebrating students on certain milestones. So we decided to hit them with 20 days, 44 days, 64 days, and 82 days. And so an example of an incentive would be you have to have lunch along with myself. So we ate lunch this spring. They're getting laptop stickers this week, and they also have walking tacos. Our attendance clerk displays the previous day attendance, and we read it daily in the morning to inform everyone of our status. As of today, we are performing a little bit better than last year, like Sheila said. So we're at 92.44% compared to last year, 91.35%. We would like to thank Dr. Ballard and Dr. Van Dusen for their guidance in being transparent with our data by encouraging the use of data walls for all stakeholders to view. The visibility of our data encourages conversations for students, staff, and parents. All right, goal 3.
Waldo is committed to supporting all of our students. I'm thrilled at the shared leadership that has come out and revamped our reading initiative. During this rollout, it was like watching popcorn, but it was staff popping up to share and talk about the reading strategies that we have going on. You could tell that they all spoke from the heart and they were invested in our reading initiative. So many of our team leaders, PLC facilitators, and instructional coaches joined in this effort to ensure that students can read and comprehend the content that they are learning. This collaborative leadership is what sets Waldo apart from their peers. Waldo rose together for what is best for students. Goal 4, as just mentioned, Waldo has the reading initiative to help every child grow and learn. We started by having a reading night called Waldo Camp Read a Lot. There were s'mores and campfires and tents in our library, along with many fun activities to promote reading. Dr. Engel joined us that evening to support us and find and celebrate successes with our families. Just recently, we participated in the district-wide reading competition with Light Sail. I'm proud to say that Waldo was the highest average minutes read in English for the entire competition. And we also had 2 teachers, Ms. Thayer and Mr. Magnuson, that both encouraged their students to read a ton and also got some honorable mentions. So we are reading and pushing reading and working on reading across the board at Waldo, and we are proud of everybody's efforts. Thank you so much for all you do to support Waldo. We wish you a happy holiday season.
Any questions? Okay. Our second school presenting tonight is Dietrich Elementary School. Their administrative team is here. They'll be presenting on their continuous school improvement plan. Welcome Principal Lauren Cunningham and Assistant Principal Wilson Morales.
Good evening, Dr. Norrell, school board members. I'm Dr. Lauren Cunningham, the proud principal of Dietrich Elementary School.
My name is Wilson Morales. I'm the assistant principal there.
Thank you for allowing us to present this year's plan for our school improvement team. But first, I want to highlight some of our achievements from last year. We focused on behavior, English language learners, attendance, and academics. Our overall office referral was reduced by 60% with only 125 referrals for last year. We reduced this by really focusing on student behavior. Our average daily attendance was 93.42%. Our goal was 95, so we were pretty close to that goal as well. For access, 49% of our English language learners met or exceeded their proficiency target scale as measured by access. On our iReady diagnostic, 53% of students met their annual typical growth and 24% met their stretch growth goal. For our MAP results, 40% of our English dominant students and 27% of our Spanish dominant students met or exceeded their target growth goal in reading, and 44% met or exceeded their expected growth in math. When we look at the common formative assessments and MAP data and IAR data, we can see that there's some alignment between the common formative assessments and the MAP data, but that MAP and IAR did not align. So our leadership teams looked at the IAR sample questions that are available and compared that to the rigor of the CFAs that are currently being used in their PLCs. And that's been a focus of us this year to really make sure that students are able to build on their stamina so that they can answer the rigorous questions on the IAR. Also, we've identified the students who were close to meeting IAR so we can really target our support and focus on them so that way we can make sure that they achieve for the school year.
Drilling, I mean, going back to that slide, drilling down back to 4th grade, with that 4% for the CFA, I mean, do we know what the cause of that was, or?
We really looked into that in terms of just that level of rigor. If you see that their common formative assessments compared to their IAR data was much more aligned. Mm-hmm. A lot of writing. One of the district focus goals is that MP3, which really focuses on explaining their answer. And they have a very rigorous rubric that they're using. So I was okay with that because it really does show where our students are at and what we need to do to keep moving them.
Okay.
One of our goals for the May 2025 is with our EL students to have their scores go up. And notice we kept it at 70%, even though the previous year we were at 49. We feel we can hit that. So we kept it at 70%. And our action plans include administrators. We keep pushing our year-long plans, sharing it with staff throughout the year. We do have the PDs, of course. The teachers, we push on the WIDA standards, the can-do statements. Dr. Cunningham and I do walkthroughs like crazy. So we have actually a schedule of focus points, and we go out to the classrooms daily. We give the feedback. There's different forms that we use, and we give that feedback back to the teachers. And then during our staff meetings and other meetings, we have focused discussion on these items. And the teachers are enjoying the feedback they're getting back. As for the other is reduction of students reaching the 3 or more referrals. And first of all, the teachers, we're doing the universal expectations with the students. We make sure we cover that. In the mornings, we have SEL section, a time frame that we talk about various subject matters. And that includes a second step there. And then we have the MTSS process where we have the check-in and check-out where students go to person they feel comfortable. SAIG groups, the school behavior support. We just got a BCBA that's now in our school on a regular basis daily, who's also supported. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you very much. And we do communicate with the parents of what we're asking from our students.
One of the things I want to point out is we had to revise our behavior goal this year because we just 60% reduction. Our goal last year had been 5%, and we did it with 60%. So we really wanted to target our high flyers. Right now, with these supports in place, we haven't had any students receive 3 or more referrals yet.
Sorry, the attendance. Sorry, we look at we have the new Synergy program, but we have taken the Synergy and looked at past Infinite Campus data to analyze. We do have our incentives. The kids really enjoy the one we have. They enjoy is the popcorn, and they have to spell out perfect attendance on the door. And once they do that, the whole class gets a popcorn party. It's usually on Fridays. We do make daily phone calls by our attendance secretaries, Dr. Cunningham, myself, the teachers. We make calls. Our data analyst, she looks at all the students' information and reports out to us, especially the high flyers. As said there, the teachers make the phone calls. There is a high priority list that we keep going as admins. We call them in, and we have meetings in our office with them. Parents, parent liaison sets those meetings. We have been doing a lot of more wellness check and home visits, making sure everything's at home is pretty good. And we found out some other situations where we had a student, for example, their house burned. Okay, so they're there to help them out and so on. So
We're currently at 94%.
yes.
0.55.
0.45. 0.45.
I saw that.
We're getting close.
Right
It's
there.
good. And again, our goal, we kept 60% of our students would meet or exceed their growth target goal on math, both in reading and math. Again, Mr. Morales mentioned, we do walkthroughs daily. We give feedback immediately to our staff. We use that feedback to focus on some targeted professional development, either by PLCs or by whole faculty. Students also have their own data binders that they track their data. They have their goals that they set, and they're monitoring their progress. And with our iReady, or the iReady diagnostic data showed us that we're definitely on track for this. Right now, about 62% met their winter goals. So we're hoping that that transfers over to MAP also. Thank you.
Thank you. Any? Awesome. Our next item is the after-school activities.
Yeah.
And we will start with Dr. Norrell.
Yes, so I just wanted to share that this is an item I placed on the agenda. One of our board members inquired about this item, and I don't see him here, but he will be able to see the presentation and be able to see all of the information. One of the after-school activities that we had traditionally had was our 21st century, and the state made every single school district go back out. We had that since 2013. And this year it was scored a little differently, and there was some movement around partners, and the state tended to fund those who aligned with one partner in particular a little bit more. And so this again was scored not necessarily, I don't think, in the ISB office, but in the governor's office. So there was some different things that were going on with the scoring. So we wanted to list and share with the board all the after school activities, so that not only the Board of Education is aware, but also all of our families are reminded of all the wonderful things that we have for the students across grade levels after school. So I will pass it back to you because I know you have a couple people that are experts at this. So thank you.
Perfect.